Hi Stampin' friends, tonight we're going to use the Snowy Wonder Bundle and also the matching Snowy Scenes Designer Series paper a little bit. And this has a lot of great little tiny cute stamps that are perfect for using with tags and other things. So I think that you'll really enjoy this one, at least I hope so, because I did. I wanted to show that you don't necessarily have to have the dies or anything to enjoy this set. So just something to consider on that. I also wanted to show you a couple of cards I've already made with this paper and set. This one was for a little challenge that I am in. So I just thought this was really cute and it's really pretty with this paper. The little candy canes are super sweet. I can't remember what the back side of this paper is, but there's this would actually be considered the back side. So anyway, super cute. And then this one is a little snowman. I was planning on this for a Stampin' stack. So it has the little, oops, I lost one of my cute little guys. This is one of the things that you can choose with it, and little tiny snowflakes. So there should be another one on the other side over here. It must have fallen off. So, and I put some up in here to look like they were in the snow globe. And then I put this on the inside as well. And then you can still sign down here. A little bit of sponging to make it look like the globe is like a light blue glass. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I've done a lot of stamping and my husband helped me cut out a lot of little pieces because this is a little bit fussy and but a lot fun. This one is all stamping. Now, then what I would do before when I'm finished is put on whatever I want. Like you can put on a little snowman. You could put on a little penguin, and you could put a house. I'm going to go back to show you the house real quick. I think it's probably the one I was most interested in using with this. Maybe a little brown house. And then to complete it, actually I was going to put my house right over there, like this is behind the house. The Let It Snow. And then you could put some more of the mountains in between. I kind of wanted the smaller one. It's not jumping in my hand. There it is. Back here and up on dimensionals. And that will give you a little more depth. And then these trees, die cut trees, also come as part of this. So I thought that would be super cute to include. And then just add a few of these snowflake guys. I can open it with one hand. Yeah. Maybe put them up in here as well. I did stamp this also. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did that. I'm just going to set it over here to the side so you'll see what I'm working on. So I have these. These are the postage, the perennial postage. You can see here. So I just stamped some mountain scenes and some tree scenes. So I'm going to start with the trees. I probably will have to do this upside down or I'll probably make a mistake. Let me find them. Here they are. So what I did was just stick them all in the same block, and I'm just going to stamp them just wherever I decide I want them. I'm going to ink it up. This is the garden green. And this is the same green that's in the paper. So if you decide to put some element from the paper in there, that's why I chose this color, then it will be right there and ready to go. All right, I'm going to put this right here. Just give it time to kind of sink in like that. I could have gone in and put brown on the trunks, but I didn't do that. And then I'm going to put this one over here. This is just a little post-it. It's just going to keep me from getting any of this particular one on there. I'm going to go ahead and take this one off. Easy peasy. Which I could have done the same thing with the other one, but the point here is I just wanted to put a few more trees on here. I'll scooch this one down a little. I don't want to actually stamp on the post-it because then I would end up with it going off the edge. Okay, so there's that. And then I want to put some of my mountains on. As soon as I find that stamp, here we are. And for this mountain, I used both Highland Heather and Pool Party. The reason I wanted to use the Highland Heather, it is not what color the mountains are on the paper. But I wanted to use it because I thought it was kind of cute because, you know, in the United States, we have Purple Mountain Majesties, so I thought it was just kind of cute to put purple ones. And if you're not using a bunch of the paper, then you can make your mountains whatever color you want. You can make them any of our blues, like the balmy blue or like that. Okay, so I'm going to stamp these guys over here. Let's see if I get it. I don't want to get it too close there. There we are. Just kind of want it to be like they're in the background. And then I'm going to open my Highland Heather. And because I used the lighter color first, I don't need to clean it. It's ready to go. I'm just going to put these over here like they're a little, maybe they're purple because they're a little bit higher up in the sky or in the elevation. There we are. So then I probably would still go ahead and put another little mountain there. So let's put a little small dimensional, have the two sizes, so that's just kind of fun. I'm going to put this big one on this one, down a little lower, right there. Or you could just leave it, and then you'd have an odd number of mountains, which would probably be best, but go ahead and do that. I'm going to put another little small one over here. Okay, so then you can complete this with whatever strikes your fancy at the time. You could put another tree to pop it, you know, have more dimension there. I think what I'm going to do is just use the little alpine cabin look, the unpainted one. Maybe pop it right there. You could use just a little Merry Christmas on there. That would be super cute. You could also color the insides of the windows as if it's a light is on and it's shining out. And you could also just put a little penguin here. Even though penguins are in Antarctica, that's fine. You could still put it on there like it's just kind of hanging out, being fun. Or you could be like someone has made a snowman. I do like to generally, unless there's a problem with matching, I do like to go ahead and color the snowman's nose with my pumpkin pie. And then we have a black hat for him. Whoopsie. Hat. Like he's kind of out here. I could have not put this on dimensionals, and then it would have been like was in front of that, and so that would have made a little more sense. I'm looking right now for some, I have some holly somewhere. Over here? No. I have the berries, but I don't see holly. Oh, there it is. Okay. And you could put that on his hat if you want. Oh my gosh, that's giant. Never mind. Don't do that. Just kidding. Okay. You could put a candy cane in his hand. There. That's a little more reasonable. So then I would just put this on any number of these, of the colors that we have. And it makes it super sweet. You could just, if you're feeling lazy, you can just put it on this. Or you could layer it on a piece of Pool Party and then the green, and it just looks super cute. Then I would, of course, put a green ribbon somewhere, maybe down here by the Merry Christmas. And then, of course, I would add either some of these little snowflakes, or we have this, which if you need some sparkle, some of my friends are very into sparkle. These are the iridescent faceted gems, and I would just pop those on here various places and make it sparkle. So there are a bunch of little penguins on one side of this paper, and the back side is some orange and pink that I wouldn't necessarily use. You could, though, I was wanting to show you guys this. You could cut the top of this tree off right here because it's partially done for you. It's got space between the trees or between the levels of the trees, and it makes a super fine nose. So you can just put that on. Let's see if you can see that. Put that on as a nose. So something to consider there. Of course, you'd have to use some liquid glue on that. Another of the papers has a back side of petal pink, and then the others are all different shapes. It comes with a die that cuts out this shape and this shape. So they're just all over the back of this petal pink paper. So I was wanting to show you that you could certainly just have a card that uses the paper. So you wouldn't necessarily have to have everything about this. And you could also cut this out by hand or maybe with a circle and put this on here, and it would be super sweet. You could add putting a gift in his hand, and then you could add either the Merry Christmas die or the Let It Snow, just kind of whichever, and that would be super cute. Let me grab the Let It Snow. The Let It Snow is in this set. The Merry Christmas is not. But of course, I'm sure, you know, everybody has a lot of little Christmas sentiments they could pop on here. But if I were you, if I were going to do this, I would pop this one up on dimensionals just to make it look a little rounder. I might also kind of use my hand to pull the paper like this. So then at the bottom, I might not put dimensionals. I might just put them at the top. And then it's going to give it a rounded appearance. I don't know if you can even see that here, but it's going to make it look rounded and like it is kind of a little more like a snow globe with that. Okay, then I had a season's greetings, but I don't know where it ended up. With this one, I was just going to show that you could create your own little scene here. If you didn't have the dies, you could still stamp these and cut them out, make yourself a cute little village look here, because it has a village on the back side of some of the papers. So that could be cute. And then there's this plaid, that's the back side of one of the papers. So super cute things here. This is a nice garden green and pool party. And the back side is littler, you know, smaller, cutesy-like snow globes. And this is where I was talking about the village. I would probably, with these, I would probably put those, I think those are the perfect size to put on a tag that you might put on a present. So now I'm going to use a white card base and a transparency or acetate sheet. And then this is our regular 5 1/4 by 4 layer that I would put on the top of the white. And then this is the die that you use to cut it out. So what I'm going to do is grab my foam adhesive strips. Now I've adhered this acetate sheet to my background here. So I'm just going to use one of my strips. Just pull it off like that. As close as I can to where the die cut, except I don't want it to show. I don't want there to be any. So if I got it down here, all of my little guys would hide down here at the bottom and you wouldn't be able to see them. So it's always a good idea if you're at a corner and it's not turning, it's probably time to cut it and then just be sure and get your adhesive, you know, back in the same, going the same direction that you were. All right, so I'm gonna curl this around the top. And let's see here. Just gonna, oops, I don't want to get it stuck way up there. Although it won't matter really on the top. There we go. Okay, then I'm gonna get another one. You get just a part of one. You can tear this, but cutting it might be easier. And I'm just going to put it around the same little edge. I don't want them to get out, so you want to overlap these. You don't want there to be any space that things can get out, can fall out of this, or shake out of it. So if you have any spots that you're unsure of, like let's say that you weren't sure that that was covering there, you could just put any extra piece that you have there to reinforce it, make sure that you have it taken care of. Okay, so I'm gonna put several of these guys in here. Now I do want to get them to lay flat. I don't want them stacked up, because if they're stacked up too big, then they'll get stuck in there and they will not shake like we want them to. Okay, so I kind of pre-cut this to the size that I wanted it to be. I wanted to have the snowman not really show, and I wanted to have just a little bit here at the top, so hopefully this will work out. I cut it just a little bit smaller than our base. So there you can see there's no, oh, I forgot what I was doing. I'm gonna want to put my snowman in there. See, luckily you can usually pull this off gently. Okay, there we go. Too funny. All right, so I want to stick my snowman down. Now normally, or my, whatever little person I want to put, I do want to put him flat, because if I raise him up, he will get a bunch of the snowflakes behind him, and they can either get lost or they'll just be stuck back there and look kind of silly. So I'm going to put my little penguin right there, and then I'm going to get my orange marker, my blend. This, you don't need to use blends, but I just kind of use them every time. I don't worry about whether or not I really need them. You could certainly use Stampin' Right markers and it would look just fine. There. And then maybe you want to put a little house off in the distance, or maybe you want to put some mountains off in the distance, just kind of whichever. So I think I'm going to go with a couple of mountains. May not use any purple ones since I'm using this paper. Just kind of put them there. There, I'm going to just stick them down. I'm going to put 3. Whoops. Or maybe I'll put 2. Drop that one on the floor. Look kind of like little candy corns. Okay, put those right there. And then you could put your Merry Christmas, but I think I'm going to wait and put it on the inside. Okay, so right back here on this. I think it looks like I've got it. So then you just want to seal this up. And there we go. So we've got our little shaker going on. Super cute. And then we're going to stick it down to our base. So what we want to put down here is some dimensionals, because we don't want it to, I might even put one under here just a little bit. Stick that down, and on this side. Let's see. That's stuck, so I won't worry about that. I'll put it over here to make it more secure. And then I think we need one in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to try to Get this as even as I can. All right, so this top part just needs adhesive. All set. Whoops, nope, skewed to the side just a bit. There. Okay, so then we have this, so shaky shake. Then we just need to choose a color for the base of our little snow globe. So we could choose the red, or we could choose the pool party, or the green. Kind of like the green. I think it's kind of the sweetest looking color. So we would put that. Then we could put, that would be a cute place to put our little holly and berries. You could put a snowflake on there. This is a stamped snowflake. I think that kind of looks cute since we stamped some things inside there. And then for the bottom, we just need a Merry Christmas or a Let It Snow. Probably, if we're honest, a Let It Snow makes the most sense. And I don't know if you can notice my mistake here. I got this just a little bit off this, where I cut that, but you can fix it by just having this go up a little more on the side that you messed up, and then it won't look as obvious. You can make it look like it's more even and more straight, except I keep doing the opposite of what I'm saying. But anyway, so that's kind of a smart thing to do. And then you can just put your Let It Snow down there, and you're kind of all set with that one. All right. So then I just wanted to show you, you could certainly do the same thing with some green and have your acetate. Because I do like to use this paper. But I was going to show you that if you stamp this green, I'm going to close up this purple here, this garden green with your holly and berry, that it looks kind of cute on there. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to put my piece of this under here so I can kind of stamp it going off there. I want to turn it a little bit. So there you can see, just kind of got that, whoopsie, drop it in there. Got that stamped neatly on there. I'm gonna close it up. And then the same thing I did last time was just put my adhesive across here, all around these edges. So right there, at the top, down here, and then each corner. Okay, there we are. And then just put our acetate, or whatever you want to call this. It's got a little bit of something on it. I'm going to turn that to the bottom, then you won't see it. Cover that up. Okay, and I've got it just a little bit crazy here, and that won't matter. I can just cut it off. I'm going to use my crafted rubber scissors because they will be the least likely to care that they're having to cut plastic. Perfect. Okay, so then just kind of squish that down, and then you're ready to put this over your designer series paper or whatever and make a cute little scene. I did want to mention that if maybe you're using this as your base, this petal pink, that probably what I would do on this snowman, and there he is, I would probably use the dark petal pink, because it is a peach, to color in his nose or the little penguin's feet or whatever, because it gives the hint of an orange color, but it's not as orange, and it'll match this perfectly. So that might be something you could do there. You could have your little snowman. You could even have stamped this house in petal pink and put on your little hat. And you could have petal pink mountains, you know, whatever. And this way, you don't have to, I'm going to use this one. So just that's kind of an interesting Christmas color combination. But you can use these pieces that you cut out of the white. So like if you're using this white and you've cut this out, it's the perfect thing to use for another card. Maybe you're not going to give everyone a shaker, but you can certainly use that piece that you've cut out of there to create another one. You could also, like the way I did on this one, put the edges with your blending brush and get your edges kind of blue on the edge just a little bit. And then in that case, you may want to use the pool party. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Just going to grab the pool party and just kind of blend. No, I don't need it. There we are. Have quite a bit on here. Oops, I got a funny spot there, but you can see there, I think, the edging that I've done in the pool party, while leaving the most inside parts still white. Sorry, I left those, didn't get those tossed. But there you can see that the little edge kind of looks cutesy and makes a little more contrast between those two. So, fun. I think this will be a very fun set to work with. And I'm also going to try a card that has like a ski slope background. It goes in a zigzag. And I think that'll probably be my class card locally, because I think that one will really look great. I think we'll be able to put mountains in the background, and then some trees, and then the house and the snowman and that kind of thing. I think I'll be able to put so many of the little pieces on there that it'll be a lot of fun. I appreciate you all watching, either live or on replay. Just let me know that you're here and I will respond and say have a great week or something. Thank you. Bye-bye.